Namaskaram. So we will have a little more information on the AUM or the OM, what we have seen earlier. So one thing is, if you start chanting AUM, let's say 21 times, so you count how many times you are saying AUM in 1 minute. Now we already seen this, the effect of chanting on Pranayama. What is Pranayama? It's a breathing practice. That means by Pranayama, you are reducing the number of breath. Normally, a person takes 15 breaths per minute. It may vary here and there, 14 to 16 or 17 or 18 or 12. It varies. On an average, I take 15 times breath in 1 minute. If you try to do Om chanting, very slowly, to your capacity. You can do a long Om or little short, but you should feel very comfortable in doing that. So feel comfortable and chant Om and check for 1 minute how many times you are chanting the Om. So you can see, like, within 5 or 6 Om chanting, you will get 1 minute. So every Om, you are exhaling one time. That means what? One breath you are taking, inhaling, you are chanting Om and exhaling. So when you chant one Om, you are taking only one breath. You see, normally from 15 breath per minute to we are reducing to 5, 6, 7 or 8 based on our capacity. Definitely it comes less than 10. That means you can chant 7 or 8 maximum Om in 1 minute. That means we are doing indirectly the pranayama, the breathing practices. When we reduce the number of breath, our life span increases. You see, like for example, the tortoise or turtle, it breathes only for 4 breaths. It takes only 4 breaths per minute. In 1 minute, it takes only 4 breaths. That means 4 inhalation, 4 exhalation. It lives for 250 years or 300 years. So when you decrease the number of breath per minute, have a deep inhalation and deep exhalation, our lifespan increases, health increases. So one is the Om chanting is also very helpful in doing pranayama. That means the breathing. It increases the lung capacity, it enhances the entire system. Number 2, while chanting Om, we need to chant in equal proportion. The time taken should have an equal proportion. Like the A, U and M. 1/3 of the time you have to chant A, 1/3 for U and 1/3 for M. Like I should chant A. Now this A, U, M, I have chanted more or less on equal time. You should not chant mostly then say that is not preferable initially. For beginners, it is always better you chant For example, you are chanting for 9 seconds, approximately 3 seconds then start closing the mouth. U will come 3 seconds and will be 3 seconds. So this 3 seconds and all, it is not this is just for an example. So you chant and you comfortably come to U and M. So in your experience, it should be 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So this is one important thing we need to follow. Then on the subtler aspect, we were talking about how the creation, how the sound is the base of creation, we have seen. Okay, means we have in the last video, we said we will see in the subtler angle. So what is that? See, first we should understand we have 5 senses. Right? What are the 5 senses? The eyes, ears, nose, tongue and touch. These are the 5 senses we have. These are the 5 windows we have to experience this world. If all the 5 I shut off, then no experience will happen. What happens in the sleep? I sleep, all the 5 senses are off, I don't have any experience. Okay, these are the 5 ways I can experience the world. So when I am living in earth, any creature living here, and we are the highest creature, we have the 5 senses. Animals also have 5 senses. So many creatures have 5 senses. That is, we are living in the earth. Earth part of it means solid part of it. And you go to water. When you go to water, in this 5, what will not be there? The smell will not be there. So in the water, you can see, you can hear, and you can also taste, and you can touch, but you cannot smell. So one sense goes out in the water. Okay. What happens in the fire? Fire, what goes? The fire taste goes. In the fire, I can see the fire, I can hear the fire sound. Right? And the fire says, it also emits certain frequency of sound. I can hear, and I can touch, but I cannot taste. So the smell and taste are not there in the fire. Then you go beyond, outside the earth. If you go outside earth, then you have only air. So what is that goes? The taste goes. So outside the earth, there is only air. So you can see everything. You can hear the sound. You can hear, and nothing else you can do. You cannot have any other thing, because the density of air is so low. You cannot do any other thing. And even the air is much lower dense. What else you can do is, you can't even, the light can't even go, or the eyes cannot be used. Only the sound can travel. If it is so dark, so you cannot expect you to see anything, but it will be only sound. That is the reason, if you see, most of the modern science and most of the scientists, they keep a big instrument, and to receive sound from the universe. They say, like, we're receiving some kind of sound which is coming from thousands of light years, and we are able to capture. They are focusing on how to and analyzing the sound captured through the instruments. So this, we say, like, this 5 are connected to this 5 bhutas. So if you want to come reverse to have a better understanding, first thing is, what was first created? The first thing created, people always say, space. Like the 5 bhutas, we came 5 bhutas only, but from the sense organs we went. Now we come back from the bhutas. The first bhuta was created as space, right? But space created for what? See, for example, I have a chair. Now the chair is there for whom? Somebody to sit. So chair cannot use its own purpose. The purpose of chair is for somebody, not for the chair. Similarly, when you have a space, for whom the space is created? For what the space is created? Whom to use? We say sound is everything, sound is God. For sound to travel, the space is created. So what is sound? Related to ear. See, for example, sound is there. The sound has to reach my ear. If there is no space, the sound cannot come. So sound is what? The master. And to travel, the space is like a car created. Why it should travel? Because it has to reach my ears. So sound, space, and ears are connected. After the space has come, what else has come? If you want to sustain space, you need to fill it with something, air. Now air is there. If you go beyond Earth, hydrogen and helium occupies maximum. In fact, in the space, you have oxygen also, you have water also, and it is in very negligible quantity, the oxygen and water. But you have hydrogen and helium. That means some air is there. So when air is there, it will be easy for the sound to travel. When the air is there, the finer part, what I can experience is touch. We can experience if a hard object touch, but the air also makes me to feel. So to feel the skin, so whatever touch portion or the air is related to skin. Now after the space and after the air, what else I can create? Fire. That's why first the stars are formed. First the space came, then the air came, then after that all the stars started forming. What are these stars? These are our fireballs, fire. Because if you want to create a fire, fire needs air and fire needs space. Only after creating space and air you can create fire. The fire means heat and light. When the fire is heat and light, that is related to my eyes. That means the light I can see. So this is the organ connected to fire. After fire is created, now the water is created. Why? The water also, if you want to create water, you need space and you need air and you need heat also. Yeah, because even ice, you have heat. Ice is at 0 degrees. If you start taking heat from the ice, what happens? -1, -2, -3, you can go like that. So water also has heat. If you remove the heat from the water, it becomes ice. So heat is everywhere. So only after creating fire, then the water was created. So when water was created, I can use my tongue. Because you see in the tongue, if the tongue is so dry and somebody puts a laddu, you cannot feel the taste. Only the tongue is, you have moisture or water in the tongue, you can feel the taste. And the final thing is earth or solid thing was created. After water only the solid things were created. It is not like earth came first, then water came. No, water came. The water molecules came. Then after that, the earth, the solid part of the planet got formed. Now, for example, we have Mars, where the solid part is there, but water is not there. Water is not there. Okay, but water is there in the universe. And somehow something came and bombarded, water started forming in our planet also. So the final form came is the planet or the earth. When this is came, then the smell came. That is why the creature which is living on the surface of the planet have all the 5 senses. When you go to water, 4 senses. When you go to fire, 3 senses. When you go to space, 2 senses. And everywhere, only sound is a base. So sound is that important. So this is like how creation came. It is nicely explained in a Sankhya evolution chart, which definitely we'll discuss one day to come very clearly indicate how Panchaputas and what we said, the sound, this taste, all those things are called Tanmatras, how all these things came. So I hope this is a little difficult to get in, but this is how the creation happened as per yoga philosophy or Sankhya philosophy. Thank you. Hari Om.